Okay, as you can see, the cargo, the front door is open. Okay, come up here, be careful. Okay. You're not taking movies, are you? Did you get my big butt in there as I was walking upstairs? Come on and close the door. Okay. Oh, here comes Johnny. Come on up, Johnny. Johnny's from Denmark, so he speaks, or from Norway.
Yeah, good.
This is the what we call the upper deck, the crew area, where sometimes we bring extra crew along, and so as you can see, it's a mess right now because we've had 2 guys on the airplane for almost a day and a half, a load master and a mechanic.
Okay.
So this is basically their home. It's like a motor home for them. So we've got these seats out here in the back. We've got 2 bunk areas where people can sleep. So you can take a nap in here and over here, because we fly for up to 16 hours at a time. So we have to be able to rest. We'll carry 4 pilots for long flights like that.
Okay. Yeah.
So for half the time you rest, half the time you work.
Yes.
And then because it's not like a passenger airplane where we have overheads, we put our emergency equipment here on the side. This is the lab. Just like in a regular airplane. Smells like a bathroom, looks like a bathroom, works like a bathroom. This is the galley. And sometimes I'm the galley wench and sometimes I'm the pilot. This is our little oven. We've got chillers down here. We keep our food cold in. Coffee pot right here, over here. This is one of our emergency escape routes and pieces of equipment. There's a slide in there, so we would open the door, rotate the handle, and pull the door in. It falls in, pull it in, and then push it to the back. And you release that handle down there, and you push the apparatus over, and a slide pops out. And then we would jump down the slide and ride out if we had to, because there's no stairs downstairs for us. Okay, so we have to ride out that way. And then if we can't get out there, there's an emergency hatch right here, up there, emergency exit, and we would rotate the handle and go out, and we would hold on to these devices right here and slide down. Now this is the cockpit. So come on up, grab a seat. You can fit in there. Sit in the pilots and the co-pilots. Come over here. Put the chair back for you. Okay, jump up there. Okay, now push the button. The forward rocker on the button, same on your side. And you can push it up right here. There you go. Okay. Now these right here are the throttles. And this is what we use to put gas to the engine. And we use jet fuel. Goes back there and it burns in 4 different engines. It gives us the thrust that we need to attain the speed to lift off. When we lift off, we pull back on the yoke there. The yoke moves the elevator, forces us to go up or causes us to go up in the air once we've got sufficient lift. It helps us climb and descend. We turn left and right by using the yoke, just like a steering wheel. Off to your left-hand side, you'll see that little knob sticking out right there, and you've got one on your right-hand side. That's what we use to steer the nose wheel with, so we can steer on the ground. We don't have a key that we put in this, but we have a procedure where we start the engines using the fuel control switches and the start knobs on the overhead. We control the different components of the airplane from up to the top here. It starts here with the navigational, with the electrical, firefighting equipment, our engine starting, fuel, and over here I also have hydraulics over here as well. Did I mention that? Hydraulics, electrics, and hydraulics. Over here I have the pneumatics and air conditioning, and then I have the lights down here. And this is the heart of the autopilot system right here. It's called the MCP, the Mode Control Panel. So once I connect one of the 3 autopilots, I control the airplane through a series of buttons and knobs. I can dial up the speed, and the heading, or I can go to a certain altitude. And I can slave the airplane to the box there, or I can fly it by hand. And the box is called an FMC, a flight management computer. This down here, these are my radios. It's my rudder trim. This right here I use to talk to my company back in New York. So from all over the world, I can dial them up on SATCOM, or I can send them messages no matter where I'm at. If I'm at North Pole, South Pole, Africa, in the Middle East. That's my flaps right there. There's my speed brake. That handle right there raises the gear and lowers the gear. And these tubes right here, when the airplane is powered up, show me relative to the earth where I am. It shows me my position above the ground, my course, my speed, where I'm going, what I'm doing. I can see radar. Radar returns for weather. And I can also see what the flight controls are doing. I can go through a couple different systems here. Excuse me, ma'am. If I push these buttons here, this will tell me what my engine controls are doing. This shows me my electrical system. So as you can see, the yellow means that nothing's working down here. These are the engines. Those are the engine-driven generators. But I've got electrical power from what's called the APU, the auxiliary power unit. There's a little jet engine in the tail, and it gives power to all the buses on the aircraft, so we can do whatever we want to do electrically on the airplane. Fuel. We've got 17,300 kilograms of gas. This airplane can hold 163,000 kilograms of gasoline, of kerosene, and we can fly about 16 to 18 hours, depending on the winds and how much stuff we have down below. This tells me what the temperature are, how the bleed air system is working. We extract air from the engines before it goes through and burns, and it keeps the airplane pressurized. Am I talking too quickly? No? Okay. It keeps the airplane pressurized. It keeps fresh air coming through the system so that we can breathe in an atmosphere approximately equal to 4,000 to 6,000 feet above sea level, which is maybe like going up skiing for a day. It also helps us control the temperature downstairs in case we're carrying animals or we're carrying food that needs to be frozen. Then right here, my hydraulic system. I've got pumps that are driven by the engine, and I've got pumps that are driven by an air system or an electrical system, and I've also got an auxiliary one for the brakes. Those power my primary flight controls, my ailerons, my elevators, my rudders. They'll also control my flaps and other components on the airplane as well. This shows the doors on the airplane that are open. All those blue words, that's where there's doors to open. It's different from a passenger aircraft because it's got less doors, less passenger doors. We've only got the one entry one, and then we've got the doors upstairs. We've got this nose cargo door, which you can see opened up front, and then the upper deck door, these doors down below, and so on. And then landing gear. You know how many wheels this aircraft has? Maybe 18, just like a big truck. And what this does is tells me how hot the brakes are after we land. So this right here, it replaces the flight engineer that used to be on the airplane, and it tells me what my systems are doing, so I can make the proper diagnosis based upon what the upper ICAS is telling me if there's a malfunction indicator. It helps me make the right decisions. I run through the book and I complete the proper procedures. Okay, I've gone through a lot of things really, really quickly, so there's a big test in just a couple minutes before we let you fly this, okay? So, do you have any questions about anything? These are my thrust reversers. So after we land, pull the thrust levers back to idle, and I crack these up, and I wait for the word REV to come up on the top and turn green, and I pull them back so that the thrust is directed backwards, or forwards, forwards, and it slows the aircraft down in addition to the brakes. I've got auto brakes so that the aircraft will stop automatically at different levels of braking. Other things that I'm sure you're familiar with, seatbelt signs, no smoking sign. No smoking is always on. Never ever smoke. Never ever smoke. It's bad for you. That's pretty much it. So why don't you take a picture of your brother and go take a picture of you. Oh, grab the yoke. Grab the yoke with your hands. All right. Put your hands.